Hello, darlings. You're welcome to Z Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Let's dive deep into the heartbreaks, shocking breakdowns, and family battles in Soulmate's upcoming episodes. From Roshni publicly disgracing Tejas in front of everyone, to Tejas running into a tragic accident that leaves the whole Deshmukh family shattered, to Sachin bravely rising as the unexpected pillar of strength for his family. Every moment hits with raw tension and emotion. This drama comes packed with pain, loyalty, and consequences. Please like and turn on your notifications for more of your favorites. It only gets more interesting. Let's dive in. It all begins with Sayali happily telling Sachin that she finally got the deal she was waiting for. Sachin is very proud of her and even lifts her up in excitement. Hearing their celebration, the family gathers, but Tejas and Renuka try to put Sayali down. Roshni also mocks her, making Sayali feel uneasy. The next morning, everyone enjoys the breakfast Sayali makes, except Renuka, who sticks to her strict diet. Tejas then brings home a dietitian to guide Renuka. Soon, the family learns that she charges a lot of money, so Sayali is asked to cook special diet meals. Sayali agrees only if she's paid extra. Renuka finally agrees to pay her 300 rupees a day. Later, Renuka and Tejas daydream about transforming their bodies with the new diet. But during dinner, while everyone enjoys pizza, they stick to their bland food and refuse to listen when told to stop overdoing things. That night, both of them end up with terrible stomach pain because of the strict diet. Paresh scolds them for not listening, and Sachin can't help laughing a little at how their diet plan went wrong so fast. They both feel extremely exhausted and can barely get into the room. They are given some electrolyte water. Paresh and Sachin rebuke them for suddenly maintaining such a strict diet. Paresh firmly says they should stick to normal food instead of these extreme diet meals. After a few minutes, they feel some relief from the electrolyte water. The next morning at the breakfast table, Paresh notices Akash looking very indifferent and upset for some unknown reason. In a friendly way, Paresh asks him about Riya. Akash says Riya caught an early morning flight, much earlier than he expected. Gradually, Akash explains to Paresh how Riya joined a restaurant to help him, but they ended up in a serious argument. Paresh listens carefully and gives him wise advice. Renuka becomes hyper when Tejas wants to spend time with his wife by booking a 5-star restaurant. She cannot understand why Tejas is not putting any effort into the showroom. Being careless, Tejas has been overlooking the extra burden of the showroom loan, while Roshni is managing everything alone. Even after many attempts, Akash has failed to build a strong foundation in his relationship. Paresh makes him understand that it's important for them to work together instead of making things more complicated. Riyad just wants them to be united and happy. Arun and his mother go to a temple to offer puja and meet Juhi. Arun privately opens up and tells her that he has been slowly and firmly falling for her. Juhi is shocked by this sudden confession and asks for some time to think. Sachin is already proud of his wife and promises he will help her arrange the money she needs before starting the decoration. Sayali needs a large amount to buy basic ingredients, but she feels nervous inside. Calling Renuka, Minara tells her that Sayali is going to face a great loss in her business and that this will be her last order. Renuka doesn't understand how Minara knows about the order Sayali received. When Roshni reaches the showroom, she is shocked to see Tejas's foolish business plan. He has been selling products at huge discounts and many customers have already taken advantage of it. After checking the calculations, Roshni points out the loopholes in his plan. She scolds him for being careless and even questions his educational qualification. Angry, Tejas raises his voice. Unable to control her anger, Roshni slaps her husband in front of everyone. Frustrated, Tejas steps out onto the road and suddenly sees Ajay, the man who scammed him. He tries to chase AJ's car, but ends up meeting with a tragic accident. He is badly injured, and eyewitnesses immediately rush to help. They call an ambulance and try to contact his family. Within minutes, Roshni arrives at the hospital, breathless and terrified after getting the news. At the same time, Sachin is still troubled by the insult his mother threw at him earlier. Despite everything he has done, she refuses to accept help from him. Sayali consoles him, reminding him that one day his mother will recognize his sacrifices. In the middle of this emotional moment, Renuka receives a call from Roshni about Tejas's accident. Shock spreads through the Deshmukh family. Renuka is unable to accept that her beloved son is suffering again. Paresh and the family rush to the hospital, and seeing Tejas's condition shakes them even more. Renuka and Roshni break down when the doctor refuses to confirm the condition of Tejas's eyes. Sayali and Sachin remain confused about how Tejas even got into such an accident. He rarely walks on the road. Suddenly, the eyewitnesses arrive at the hospital demanding compensation for the damage caused. They explain that Tejas was running so fast that several people were hurt and their belongings damaged. Understanding the situation, Sachin gives them a lump sum and thanks them for bringing Tejas to the hospital. Meanwhile, Renuka and Roshni are overwhelmed with anxiety. Paresh also struggles under the emotional strain. After some time, the doctor returns and assures them that Tejas is out of danger. Thankfully, no glass particles entered his eyes. The family then heads to his cabin. Seeing them, Tejas expresses his fear, saying he worries he may have lost his eyesight. Roshni comforts him, holding his hand and assuring him that nothing will happen. One by one, the family encourages him. Sayali advises Roshni to stay strong and patient. Afterward, Sayali and Sachin step out. Sayali decides to visit the temple to pray for Tejas's recovery. At that moment, a police officer arrives at the hospital to question Tejas because his reckless running had injured people before the accident. The police enter the cabin and begin questioning him. They ask why he was running frantically. Tejas reveals the truth. He was chasing Ajay, the scammer. He had run after his car but failed to note the car number. The police assure him that they will check CCTV footage. Sachin becomes furious and scolds Tejas for acting recklessly. Soon, the family is asked to wait outside as the investigation continues. Sachin is later told to urgently clear the operation charges for Tejas. Without payment, the surgery cannot proceed, putting him under huge pressure. The amount is far more than he can arrange immediately. After discussing among themselves, the family begins borrowing money. Their conversation is overheard by Renuka and Roshni, who are shocked to see Sachin struggling. Roshni, desperate to help, decides to sell her Mangalsutra, but Renuka becomes furious. She refuses to let Roshni part with such a sacred symbol. At this moment, Paresh notices the family's helplessness. Understanding Sachin's burden, he quietly offers 15,000 rupees. Sayali also contributes her savings, which she had planned to use to expand her business. With everyone joining hands, the family finally gathers the required amount. Later, Roshni enters Tejas's cabin to feed him. Tejas becomes emotional, terrified about the surgery. The thought of losing his eyesight scares him. Roshni tries to calm him, promising that nothing bad will happen. She even says that if it ever came to donating an eye, she would give hers. Her words move Tejas deeply. While caring for him, Roshni silently battles her guilt for the times she had spoken harshly. Back home, Renuka cannot concentrate because of her worry. Sachin and Paresh reassure her that everything will soon be fine. Sachin and Sayali return to the hospital to check on Tejas. Sayali is anxious about Sachin's reckless driving, especially after witnessing so many emergencies around her. Sachin, however, is troubled by their financial reality. He has nothing left after arranging the operation fees. Sayali tries to lighten his mood and tells him to focus on the family instead of the problems. Meanwhile, Riya returns home feeling miserable for not being with the family during such an important moment. Akash consoles her, saying things will improve with time. The next day, everyone gathers at the nursing home as the nurse prepares to remove the bandages from Tejas's eyes. The family prays for a positive outcome. Sachin and Sayali especially believe something good will happen because of Paresh's pure heart. Finally, the moment arrives. The bandages are removed, and Tejas slowly opens his eyes. Relief fills the room as he confirms he can see again. Joy spreads through the Deshmukh family as the danger passes. Roshni steps out to share the good news, and everyone is overwhelmed with gratitude. Roshni then warmly thanks Sayali for the constant support and love shown during the ordeal. Later, Sachin brings Tejas home in his car, and the family returns together with renewed happiness and unity. That's a wrap, fams. Much love.